Good evening, welcome, try again. Welcome to Weather Fans Live here on Sunday, the 10th of November 24. And it's just me this evening. Paul's not with us tonight, so it's just me, myself, and I. And it will be a quite quick live tonight. Nothing. I've just gone blank. Sorry. Yeah, it's just myself tonight. So it's going to be a quick one, maybe half an hour to 3/4 an hour tops tonight. We're just going to be taking a look at the weather for this coming week after been stuck on this cloud for the past, 2 weeks it feels like, or 2 years, however you want to look at it. So, yeah, it's just not going to be our normal live tonight. And let's have a look who's with us this evening. We've got our lovely Rachel's with us. That needs changing back to yellow right now. Oh, go on then. Let's sort that out right now. If I can find my colour thing. There's my colour spectrum. I can't even find that at the minute. I've even lost my colour. I can't even find where I found my colours. So I can't change it right now, unfortunately. Oh, no, I've then moved it on here. I'll have a look at that later on. Sorry, Rachel. Who else we got? We've got Audio Copies with us this evening. Good evening to you, and good evening to Laura Johnson, who is with us as well. And blue and red alert for Aurora, and there's cloud. I've not had a look actually myself. Let's just go find the website. Just bear with me. The KP index shown just to far at the moment, so high latitude could be lucky. Let's have a look at the satellite imagery actually. I said it's not a normal live now, unfortunately, guys. We should return back to normal next week. Just share the tab. Right, the cloud. Obviously, I can't show the visible right now because it's dark outside. So let's go for the. Let's have a look at the visible from earlier on today. Let's see how far we can go back. So let's go back to around about 2 o'clock this afternoon. So after being stuck on this antisonic gloom for the past 2 years, a weather front is crossing the country as we speak right now, which is just here. Behind it is much clearer air. So finally we say goodbye to this cloud. But if you do see any aurora, northern parts of the country will be best to see anything. Definitely this cloud will clear till perhaps the early hours of the morning. So really, I'll say parts of Scotland, parts of far north of England and into Northern Ireland. If you see any aurora, the swathed skies will be clearest tonight. So how are we all doing this evening? Aurora had been cloudy here too with a hint of drizzle. I think we've had a bit of rain today. I'm not sure if it's been rain or drizzle. I've actually worked a Sunday today for the first time in about a year, so that's why we're not really in the full swing of things today. Paul was at work today, and 4G's just feeling really tired at the moment, so that's why it's just me this evening. Good evening, Paul James. Silent modding right now. Don't you worry. It's going to be a short live tonight. As far as I can tell from the data, there's not been a weak La Nina in the full western QBO. I wonder if Rossby away from the QBO interferes with the ENSO, and that's why it's not establishing. I have absolutely no idea personally. And here he is. Paul, is it going to be in the background for us? Apologies, folks. That was good timing. Just throwing TwitX temporary without a backup sensor in Aberdeen due to comms issue. It's hard to verify activity. I'm guessing that's down to the Aurora. So who's glad to see the back of this cloud we've had for the last couple of weeks? It's just nice to finally see the back of it now for a while. It's just been too long, too dull. So this is the current infrared satellite imagery. There's some thunderstorms across the Mediterranean at the moment into North Africa. Actually, right across the Mediterranean, actually. And is that a low pressure system over there? No, I don't think that's a Medicaid. No, I think that's just normal area of low pressure as far as I can see at the moment. Right, let's one more look at the comments. There's a bit mental at work today. Start of the Christmas and Black Friday rush. Oh, does that means what do you call it? What do Americans have at this time of year now? I know it. I just can't think of it. Thanksgiving, that's the word. Yes. So I'm guessing that's come up in the next couple of weeks. I'm not sure. Is it on a fixed date every year? I don't know with Thanksgiving, to be honest. And apparently, Rachel, it's Christmas is a swear word until after Friday. Christmas is a swear word until Boxing Day. Right, let's have a look at the latest facts charts from the Met Office, see what is showing for us. And no doubt I'll be having arguments for these banners that keep popping up. So on to the your browser's lost connection to your screen share audio. Can everyone still hear me? I'm getting notifications saying there's a problem with my screen share audio. I'm guessing you all can still hear me. I can hear you. That's good then. So yeah, on the screen now we've got the facts charts from the Met Office, and the high pressure that we've had past 2 weeks or so is continued to push further eastwards, allowing these weather fronts to come down from the northwest, introducing some patchy light rain and drizzle. But what this is doing is pushing all that cloud away, And behind these weather fronts is another area of high pressure building up from the west. So with this here, we'll expect to see more sunshine than we've had so far this month, where some places have had nothing at all. So as we move into tomorrow, high pressure established itself across the UK. May take a while to clear the far south of England, southwest, and we've got a nice area of high pressure of 1,039 millibars building across the UK. Into Tuesday, high pressure 6 across the UK. Just got to keep an eye on this weather front here. It could give some light rain or showers across maybe some southern counties, maybe southeastern areas. That's one to watch there. As we're heading through into Wednesday, high pressure sat across the UK, giving us plenty of fine, dry weather. But as you can see, there is a cold front affecting parts of Scotland, so that could give these areas again some rain or showers. And behind that is some cooler air. We've got a deep area of low pressure sat way to north of us, and is that the thing that could come down in the next few days? No, it isn't. So I'm guessing it could be this low. Some computer models were showing an area of low pressure to sink southwards across the UK through this weekend. So we'll have a look at the GFS and the ECMWF in just a few moments. But this on Thursday has a weather front coming across the country, so that could introduce again some patchy rain. But as it moves into this area of high pressure, expect the rain to turn very patchy, introducing perhaps more the way of cloud. So into Thursday. Good evening to Soot. You are going to be in the background. No worries, my friend. Thank you for joining us. Right, let's move on to the GFS 12Z run. Let's see what that's showing for the next 7 to 10 days. We shall take a look at the 500 HBA and sea level pressure charts. So as we've mentioned, high pressure builds across the UK after the weather front's clear. So we've just got to keep it down the far southeast where some areas could see some rain or showers through into Wednesday. The high pressure just sits to our west, but still influencing our weather. As we head into the weekend, high pressure does start to retrogress into the Atlantic. We've got low pressure towards our south, and we've got low pressure up to our north as well. What happens to that low pressure to our north? Heads towards Norway. And that does actually send a weather front southwards through into next Monday. So we head back into next weekend. High pressure starts to move out further into the Atlantic. We're under relatively northwesterly airflow there. We'll start to see a weather front start to sink across the UK through to Sunday. There's quite a deep area of low pressure actually over towards Norway. And another low developing actually across between Iceland and Scotland through Sunday. That actually helps to bring down a really strong northerly there. So we're talking some gale force winds there potentially through into next Wednesday if this was to come off. And that's really quite a deep area of low pressure over Denmark. Potentially that could be a named storm if it was to come off. And if you follow these ice bars all the way and it brings it down from the Arctic, which will drop the temperatures right down. And we keep those quite strong north to northeasterly winds there through to the end of the week. And then we seem to be in between areas of low pressure. Actually, it's a bit of a messy picture there. We've got high pressure trying to build over Iceland. Higher pressure towards Central Europe there. We're in a bit of no man's land there, a bit of a cold there. Then we get low pressure towards the southwest, bringing us quite a strong southeasterly. So any cold air that's in place will soon be replaced by some milder air. And that just keeps it unsettled towards the end of this run. If we bring on the upper air temperatures, let's see how cold this area is coming down. So let's go through to tomorrow. We're relatively cool on Monday. Got warmer air just set towards the west. And there's that little feature coming across southern, perhaps some southern counties there through into Tuesday into Wednesday. And it's as we head into the weekend. We start to see this colder air start to move in from Saturday across Scotland there. As our winds start to change to a northwesterly. So it's not the first plunge that takes us colder. It does actually bring the isotherm down to 0 degrees. So when this little low comes across Scotland there, and that should really open the doorways. Another low develops actually behind that as well through to Tuesday. And that's where we see that cold air right across the country with a -5 degree isotherm clearing the south coast into Wednesday morning. And that even brings down the -10 isotherm over towards Scotland. So any precipitation potentially could be wintry. And that cold air is actually in place across the UK through into days 14. Then the air gets quite mixed up there. There was that low set towards the west of Biscay. Starts bringing warmer air from the south-southeast. And that takes us to the end of this run. So it's looking quite interesting as we head into days 14 and beyond at least. Let's bring on the temperatures. So for this coming week with the GFS 12Z, tomorrow temperatures will be around 10 or 11 degrees, which will probably feel quite nice in the sunshine as well, which we've not seen at all much of this month so far. Tuesday, looking at high single digits into perhaps 10, 11, maybe 12 degrees in some areas. Until Wednesday, again, we're looking very similar values. Thursday, again, much the same. On Friday, again, maybe a degree or two lower than what we've seen for much of the week. Then Saturday, temperature starts to decrease across Scotland, maybe into the mid-single digits. Again, elsewhere, looking around about 8 to 11 degrees. As we head into Sunday, temperatures are starting to fall away by a few degrees. Looking around about 5 to 8 degrees across much of England and Wales. Parts of Scotland looking around about the mid-single digits. Again, in today's 8, looking temperatures around about the high single digits. I think it's beyond Tuesday where we'll start to see that cold air start to move down from the north. So parts of the southeast could be up to 11, maybe 12 degrees. but parts of Scotland could even struggle to get above freezing through Tuesday. Then looking at days 9 and 10, temperatures across the UK struggling to get about 5-6 degrees. Some places in the north will be struggling to get above freezing on Wednesday the 20th, with parts of Scotland sitting around about -2, -3 all day. And into Thursday, the 21st, much of the UK are struggling to get much above freezing. So could this be our first frozen day of the season? Much of the north stuck right below -2. Let's have a look at the precipitation. So I'm guessing there could be quite a bit of snow around on this model run at least. And yes, I did use that S word. So let's look at the precipitation type. So into Tuesday, Wednesday, there's that potential for some rain or showers across southeastern areas. This is bringing it into parts of the Midlands through into Wednesday before it clears the southwest through Wednesday evening. Then Saturday sees a weather front coming across into the north, weakening as it does so. Potential for some wintry flurries across northern Scotland. Across the Scottish Highlands there. Could be some showers around through into Sunday, but these will be of just rain. More rain or showers move southwards through Monday, turning more to snow over much of Scotland by the looks of that. And even through into Tuesday, where that air is turning much colder, showing quite a bit of snow. These could be in the form of showers across Scotland, through the Pennines as well. These could be over hills. Well, I've got the freezing line in just a moment. And even through into the Midlands there, through Tuesday night, potential for some winteriness. And if this was to come off, plenty of wintry showers down the west and eastern coasts. And we could see our Cheshire, could see a line of perhaps wintry showers going through the Cheshire Gap into the Midlands there through Thursday. They're showing quite a lot through Thursday as well. If this was to verify, we could be seeing our first spell of snow of the season. And that continues to the end of that week before temperatures start to warm slightly. So let's go back to Wednesday. We'll have a look on this model run. That should show the freezing level. Yes, it does. Let's bring it through to next weekend. So we're seeing there through Saturday, the freezing level starts to drop below 1,200 meters. And over Scotland through into Sunday, that does temporarily drop over below 300 meters before rising again. But it's late into Monday into Tuesday where we see that freezing level drop again. So there's that freezing level of 600 meters starts to come down Scotland. We start to see some accumulations across the Scottish mountains in days 8 and 9. So the 600 meter line has crossed much of England and Wales through into Tuesday. Some accumulation showing there across parts of Scotland and parts over the Pennines. And into Wednesday, the freezing level drops below 400 meters in much of the UK, really, apart from western areas there, which is above 600 meters. We've seen quite a bit of accumulation over across the Scottish mountains there. And the freezing level, some places are dropping below 200 metres, so potentially parts of the Midlands through the Cheshire Gap there, there is that risk of some accumulating snow, but we are talking over a week away. If this was to verify, it will be very nice if you have missed the snow or you figure out what snow looks like, but look in your freezer. And when this model run up to next Friday, it's got accumulation of about 20 to 30 centimetres above the Scottish mountains, which will be good for their start of the ski season across there. What we'll have a look in a minute is the 6 o'clock run to see if that had a similar setup, which we'll have a look at in just a moment. Just going to go back into the comments. Good evening to Lee Stevens, who's with us this evening. Thank you for joining us. Just going through your comments. Good evening to the Best of Sweden, who's joined us this evening. Thank you for coming in. Suit has put up his Christmas tree. We've had ours up for the past, actually since the day after Halloween, to be honest. Wasn't my decision, but it's up. It seems to be going up earlier every year, to be honest, but hey ho. Just come down your comments. Are we on the cusp of something very interesting? It would be if it comes off, Lee Stevens. It would be very interesting indeed. Let's see if these models verify in the next few days. Really, I just can't remember if I had any line snow at all last season. I don't think I did here. What model is this? It's the GFS 12Z run. I'm about to have a look at the 6 o'clock run in just a moment. Rachel's going to find some yellow candy canes for my rainbow tree. Order coffee. Wait, what? Snow? Next week? It won't snow here. You never know, the models could back away from this idea, but it's there. I'm not a gambling person, but if it was, I'd put money on it. It's the UK weather. I wouldn't put any money on it at all. Just come to your comments. So let's have a look at the 12Z run. Let's see if this has got a very similar setup to what we just saw with the 6 o'clock run. Let's see if it had a similar setup to the latest run. So quickly run through this. Excuse me. There's that high pressure burn across the UK through this week, with that potential for something to clip across the southeast through Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So there's that low developing up towards the Norwegian Sea through next weekend, turns things colder. And through. We have a slight difference compared to the 12 o'clock run. This has a low pressure developing a lot further southwest compared to the other run where it developed it across Scotland, well, it's northwest of Scotland. It does also bring that northerly down through into the end of next week. We'll have a look, see if that's producing snow like the last one did. Let's have a look at the upper airs for this one, for the 850s. Let's push that through until the end of this week. So there's that cool air moving through on Saturday. Before we get another push of northerlies through, this will show it's the middle of next week. That's delaying it. The latest run has it going through earlier than what's shown here. So we have a messy setup there through into 2 weeks' time. Don't think it's shown as snowy as what we just saw on the latest GFS run. Let's look at the maximum temperatures on this run. Let's skip that through. This week, as I mentioned, temperatures will be roughly around about 8 to 11 degrees for this week. Next Monday, temperatures are hovering around about 11, 12 down the southwest and getting to single digits across the north there. The cold air's in place across Scotland. This when we get to Wednesday, that's showing that cold air in place across much of the UK, away from the southwestern areas where temperature held up into double digits. Elsewhere, temperatures are struggling to get to about 2 or 3 degrees. With 1 or 2 degrees across the Welsh Mountains, which means there could be some snow there. We'll have a look at that in just a moment. Then temperatures for days 12 and 13 are just about getting to plus digits away from the southern areas. And then also could be a potential ice day for Friday the 22nd of November. Temperatures struggling to get above freezing anywhere. And again, even Saturday the 23rd is looking even colder. So again, this computer run from this morning is also showing a really cold blast there, with some hard nighttime frost as well by the looks of it, and even including 2 weeks' time on the 24th of November, temperatures are struggling to get much above freezing. And some really, really cold nights across Scotland there. Let's have a look at the minimums for that. Still showing around about -11 there through parts of Scottish mountains. Let's rewind back to the 14th. Let's have a look at the precipitation type. Just give me a second. So let's go back to Tuesday, Wednesday. What was this run showing? So this has that rain or showers a lot further south east compared to the latest run. Friday into Saturday, showing some winteriness across the Scottish mountains there. Continuing through Saturday, some wintry showers possible there for the Scottish Highlands. In through into Sunday as well. We've got perhaps rain or showers going through into Monday the 18th. More rain or showers coming through on Tuesday the 19th. And there's that potential winteriness there for the Welsh Mountains, maybe into the Midlands as well for Wednesday the 20th of November. And that has actually got a snow event across the Midlands and into East Anglia and perhaps Northern England as well for Wednesday the 20th of November. So that's shown quite a few hours of snow there. We'll have got the snow depth in just a moment. And that could be some winteriness of showers, or actually proper snow across much of the UK, really, through into Thursday the 21st. These could be more of the way of showers through then. plenty of wintry showers affecting Scotland there as we head into Friday the 22nd. And if there is snow on the ground at this time under clear skies, it will be struggling to get much above freezing through that time. And even parts of the, excuse me a second, southwest of England there potentially could see some winteriness there if this was to come off, and for parts of East Anglia as well through into Saturday the 23rd. We have another little feature coming through southern counties there as well on Saturday the 24th. Let's bring that back to the end of this week. Let's have a look at the snow line. So as we're heading to Friday the 15th, the freezing levels over 3,000 feet, so no chance anywhere in the UK to see any winteriness. Excuse me a second. Just getting over a cold still, so today's actually the best I've felt in over a week. But now I think it's getting into my chest, which is lovely. It's what I needed during the live. As we're heading through into Saturday, the freezing level starts to drop across Scotland, which is below 900 meters. It continues through into Tuesday, the 19th, and that freezing level is starting to decrease across, especially across northern areas where it's perhaps below 300 meters in places, with some accumulations of snow across the Highlands. The freezing level across much of the UK is around about 900 meters, but that then decreases to 600 meters and perhaps below as that feature comes through England and Wales through into Wednesday. And that is showing potential some accumulations of snow there through Wednesday the 20th. So we're looking maybe 5 to 10 centimeters across parts of Wales through into the Midlands, into East Anglia. As we head overnight as well, there could be some accumulations across northwest England through the Pennines. And with the low temperatures that will perhaps be slow to clear through into Thursday. A bit of a thaw maybe slightly depending to how high the temperatures reach on Friday. And there's that risk of perhaps a light accumulation across southwestern England into southern counties, into East Anglia through into Saturday the 23rd. And these could be showing some snow showers potentially for the Welsh mountains through into northern England. Again, risk for southern counties into East Anglia. And with the mild air moving up towards the end of this run, it starts to melt away from Scotland. So there could be quite a good accumulation across the Scottish Highlands there on the 6 o'clock run of the GeoFest. So let's have a look back at your comments. Good evening to Matthew, who's joined us this evening. Good evening to Luke Bowers, Storm Chaser. Thank you for joining us this evening. Oops, my comments have just jumped there. Right, so have I not got the CMWF charts up? No, I haven't. Just bear with me a second. All right. So guys, I thought I already set it up, but obviously I haven't. There we go. Let's share this tab instead. That should be now on the screen. Oh, did I just see someone sneak in? Did I just see someone sneak in? I did. You know what that means, ladies and gentlemen? It's time to play it. Good evening to our Gav. Thank you for joining us this evening, Gav. Oh, Yorkshire pudding wasn't very nice. Now you're making me hungry. I don't want to eat, but no, can't eat now. It's too late. Got work in the morning. So far, excuse me, both runs of the GFS is showing potential some snow in the next 10 to 14 days. So fingers crossed, if you like your snow, it could come off. But let's have a look if the ECMWF is in some kind of agreement with this. Oops, I'm jumping ahead there. Just move that down slightly. See if I can clear this bloody banner. So let's go through these charts. There's the high pressure building in for this week. And that's just going to sit just to our west during this week. And that's, oops, this isn't bringing that feature across southeastern areas. That keeps it across more France through this week. And what's this ECMWF 12Z run do? Keeps high pressure set across the UK through into Thursday. And it kind of splits into two, this high pressure. You've got subject going up towards Europe, and you've got some retrogression up towards Greenland. And we've got this colder air waiting in the wings as that push southwards with this ECMWF, which is some computer models are showing. It certainly takes that colder air into parts of Scotland. We've got heights building towards our west, and we do go under a northerly with low pressure developing across in the North Sea. And it does develop into quite an area of low pressure actually through into the start of next week. Wow, that's quite interesting because we've got another little feature coming across west of Ireland there. Interacts with that. Does that bring in quite a bit of snow? Excuse me a second. So how cold does that bring that temperature down? Let's have a look at the 850 HBA. Oh, bloody banner. So under relatively warm air through this week. And there's that cold air moving through into Scotland during Saturday. Then we see an area of low pressure develop into the North Sea. Got the -10 isotherm sat just to the north of Scotland. So we've got the -5 degree isotherm across the UK. Potentially we could see some winteriness there in any of this rain. Let's have a look at the 2 meter temperatures. Let's see how colder surfaces. Let's bring that through into next weekend, because all eyes really now is potential for maybe some winteriness through into after the next weekend. So we've got the 6-degree line through the UK into next weekend. Got warm air just the south of the UK. 6 degrees across. It's not so the ECMWF isn't showing as cold as the current GFS runs. So that is quite interesting there. So that just stick up this banner across the bottom there. So we've got a band of rain crossing the country through into Sunday, which develops into that area of low pressure. So I think with this, it could be just cold rain, maybe something more winteriness across Scotland. So I will say with this ECMWF run, we're not shown as wintry as what the GFS is showing. So we really need to keep an eye on this in the next few days to see if the ECM is right or the GFS is right, or if both are wrong. So look through your comments. Where do we go to next? Well, I think we're going to have a look at the ECMWF charts, the weekly anomalies, and that could be the end of this live. Sorry, it is going to be a short one tonight. So let's have a look at the mean sea level pressure weekly anomalies from the ECMWF. Oh, thank you, Gav. The ECMWF 12Z shows a snow event for Wales, the Midlands, and parts of northern and eastern England on November the 19th. Thank you, Gav, for that. What is the Atlantic doing? As in the terms of in what way, Steffi? Sorry, what is the Atlantic doing in terms of pressure or the temperatures or the jet stream? The sea surface temperatures. I'll go and find the charts for that in just a moment, Steffi. Let's have a look at the ECMWF weekly anomaly charts for the 11th to the 18th of November. And this has got high pressure set towards the northwest of the UK, bringing in a bit of a northwesterly flow right now. Just bring that up a little bit. The 18th to the 25th of November has low pressure sat over towards northern Europe. That will be bringing winds in from the north to northeasterly direction. 25th to the 2nd has high pressure towards the Mediterranean, low pressure towards Scandinavia. So that's more of a westerly, perhaps a bit of a northwesterly through this period here. The 2nd through to the 9th of December has high pressure set towards our southwest, low pressure set towards the northeast. That will be bringing in winds from the northwest. The 9th to the 16th December, again, very similar setup, bringing winds in from the northwest, and we come into near the Christmas period, and that still has, I'll say, more of a northwesterly flow if this was to come off, but we're in a bit of no man's land, really. So pressure is expected to be just around the average for this time period. Let's have a look at the precipitation for these same charts. So no surprise for this week, we're looking a lot drier than average. The 18th to 25th, we're looking wetter than average. 25th to 2nd, again, we're looking a little bit wetter than average. And the 2nd to the 9th of December, we're looking around average. 9th to 16th, looking around average. And the 16th to 23rd, we're looking around about average as well. Let's have a look at the important temperatures for the same charts. So the 2-meter temperature weekly means. So for this week, we are looking cooler than average. 18th to 25th, we're looking quite cool on average, actually. So we're looking around about 1 to 6 degrees below average for this time period. The 25th to 2nd, we're looking slightly warmer than average. 2nd to 9th, again, looking slightly warmer than average. The 9th to 16th, again, slightly warmer. And the 16th to 23rd, again, looking slightly warmer than average. Okay, let's have a try and find these sea surface temperatures. I know they're on here somewhere. For the life of me, I never seem to find them when I want to find them. Apologies. So these are the forecast temperatures for December, and they expect sea surface temperatures to be slightly above average across much of the Atlantic away from southern Greenland. Again, the Atlantic's looking quite warm still, especially over the Gulf of Mexico. And we've got this warm patch around the Azores. The Mediterranean is still looking above average as we speak. January, again, temperatures expect to stay quite warm across the Atlantic. And that seems to be getting colder gradually across southern Greenland. Again, not much change apart from perhaps these not showing too much change actually as we head through winter. The sea surface temperatures right now, I cannot think for the life of me where they are. Just bear me one moment. Apologies for the silent Sydney feed. I'm just trying to find that website where the sea surface temperature is on. Sorry about this, guys. I just can't, for the life of me, find where I normally find them. I think, is that the chart? Unfortunately, right now, I just can't seem to find the charts I normally find for some reason. Right, sorry about that. I think we'll make it to the end of the live. Now we're an hour in, and it's got to make around about an hour. I said apologies for the poor live tonight. It's not our best live tonight. Yeah, sorry about that. It's not been our best live tonight. We've done. We'll more like to be back to normal again next week. Potentially, we could be looking at a cold snap after next weekend. Obviously, everything's got to verify in the next few days. It's probably more Thursday when we get a better idea. By Thursday, we're going to get a better idea to see if we do get this northerly plunge. Obviously, ECM and GFS are just bringing it in slightly differently. The GFS is bringing it more coming in originally from a developer low across just northwest of Scotland, until it comes across the UK. The ECMs actually bring that in more towards southern counties, perhaps parts of Wales, before the low pressure develops, then brings in that cold air down. So it also needs to verify in the next few days and see if the computer models come in agreement. But by the looks of things, it will look like we could have a colder snap through after next weekend, but we shall see what happens. So thank you all for joining me this evening. Again, apologies for the poor live stream tonight. And don't forget to join Gav on Wednesday evening from 6 p.m. And I'm not sure if he's doing his late night Friday night live on Friday. And if he doesn't, we'll see him again on Sunday. So Wednesday and Sunday. And we'll be back next Sunday from 8 p.m. Thank you for watching. Take care. And thank you for watching. I think I've said that. Thank you for watching about 17 times. I do apologize again. I hope you all enjoy the rest of the evening, and we'll see you next week. Ta-ta for now.